Alrighty everybody, welcome back to our channel. So because hunting season is coming up in the next couple months, we're gonna take a break from doing rimfire and we're gonna start doing some hunting ammo. So in front of us here we have a whole array of hunting ammo. Starting out over here on the left, we have the Winchester deer season all coppers. They're the 130 grain, and basically for all this testing that we're going to be doing, it's all going to be 130 grain bullets. So this is what it looks like. Has a red plastic tip for a good chunk of the bullet up there. So that's going to be in my green box here. Don't mind these other ones. This is 243 copper, that one's 308 copper, and then those ones are 30-06. Obviously we know to put 270 in a 270 gun, so we don't have to worry about that. So those ones there. These are the Hornady Outfitter 130 grain CX bullets. So here's the back side if anybody wants to pause and read all the information, if I can get rid of all the glare. And so that's what the box looks like. These ones come in a nice nickel plated one. They have a very small tiny polymer tip to it. And so these ones, I want to see how well that these do in our rifles. And then behind it here we have the Federal Fusion. So these ones are a 130 grain bonded one. So the bullet looks like that there. Saw point. So we're going to see how those ones do there. And then the good old famous Remington core locks. So these ones are the core lock PSPs. And everybody should know what they look like, but I'll just show you the bullet anyways. Pretty standard for out in the woods for the last 100 years or so. Those are the core locks. Then we have the Winchester Deer Season XP. So these ones I found on just about every shelf that I go to. And this is what the bullet tip looks like. It has a big plastic part of the bullet tip. So that's what that one looks like. And then the Winchester PowerPoint. So this one has more of a lead point with some of the little cuts in there to help it expand. On the back of it, it shows how it's your basic cup and core. So copper cup, lead core, bullet style, just like that there. And then last but not least, I have some reloads, because I do reloading. So inside this 50 count box over here is going to be some Hornady 130 grain interlock bullets. And the interlocks I found to be pretty good with the information that I've dredged up and I've also shot with. And I'm not going to reveal the load data yet until I test it and see whether it's going to work or not. But again, with all reloading stuff, use your own discretionary, read from actual own printed stuff. Don't go by people's stuff on the internet, because sometimes people can fat key it and then somebody puts in the wrong powder, blows themselves up, all that stuff. So I'm going to be trying these ones. So yeah, we're going to try those ones. And then moving on to the targets. So the targets are going to be as follows. We're going to have this one here, just your 100-yard precision one. So you got from your dead center, you got 6 inch that way, up and down. And we're going to be starting off with these. Color might change a little bit to the orange one depending on which ones I have the most of. And then we also have these load development targets. So we might be changing to these ones if we find a good one that I can put a group, say here, and then another group over here, so that we're not wasting big papers and stuff. So yeah, so that's going to be the course of fire. So all totaling, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different factory ammos, 1 reload that we're going to do, some reloaded ammo. And then we'll be back in just a second after I clear up the table, and we're going to go over the 2 rifles we're going to shoot. Alrighty, so first rifle we're going to be shooting with is a Savage 110, or I mean, sorry, 111, and the Hogue overmolded, fully 3D bedded aluminum stock. The trigger is a Timney trigger, and when I tested it out earlier, it comes in at 2 pounds 11 ounces. So we have that going for us. I threw on a rail with a built-in bubble level and put on some Leopold rings, and then put on a Cabela's 3 to 12 scope that's chambered for the 270 ballistic drop. And then I'm only using the bipod right now just to hold up the rifle. And then it has the stock factory 24-inch barrel, 1 in 10 twist. And that's what we're going to be doing for the first rifle. So that's what we're doing. And of course, detachable box mag. Nothing else has been tricked out, modified. This is basically going to be your standard hunting rifle setup. And of course, we're going to see what it does, and then we're going to show you rifle number 2. Alrighty, and on this rifle here, this one is my wife's rifle. So what we're doing is we're using the same Savage 111. This one is a left-hand bolt, as you can tell by where the bolt position is. So this is a left-hand bolt rifle. We have the Savage AccuTrigger, which comes in right at about the 2 pound 10 or 2 pound 12 ounce mark. So right under 3 pounds, which is great, is where it breaks at. We have a one-piece rail on there. We also have some 30 millimeter rings, and then we put a Sig Sauer 4 to 16 power, one of their new Canyon scopes on here with the illuminated dot, and it also comes with the flip up covers, all that fun stuff. And then moving down to the barrel, the factory barrel we did not like, so we took it off and we spun on a new Krager barrel. This one is a 22-inch barrel, all stainless steel, 1 in 10 twist, and it's threaded on the end, so you can run a suppressor or brake or anything else like that. And this one's running the factory stock that Savage come with it, and of course detachable box mag. So, and again, we're not going to be using the bipods when we're shooting. We're going to be using the Caldwell bench rest setup that I have. So yeah, these are the 2 rifles we're going to be using in the testing of all the ammo I showed in a minute ago. So we'll take them out there, shoot them, and we'll be back with some results in just a little bit here. Thank you. Bye-bye. Alrighty, here we go. We're going to try some 270 Winchesters. Try the Hornady CX 130 grain. We're going to be aiming right there, see what grouping of we get. And then we got some Winchester Coppers 130 grain. Going to try those. Be right back with you guys. Alrighty, everybody. So we didn't get to film every single target, every single shot. We figured this would be a little faster, easier. So here we go. We're going to do my wife's rifle first. This is shooting the Hornady CX 130 grain coppers. And then moving along to the Winchester 130 grain coppers. Got a couple down here in the word Winchester. So did pretty good with those ones. And then moving on to the Remington Core Lock. Shot a good 1.280. The hand load over here with her rifle it didn't like to cycle, and we had a couple problems ejecting it. So out of the four shots, 1, 2, 3, 4, we got a 1.5. We have one down here by my thumb, and that one, if we counted, that one would be almost opening up almost to like a 3-inch group. So counted just 4. We're probably not going to go hunting with that one. And then here's the Winchester Deer Season XP. Shot a 1.7-inch group. Not going to go hunting with that one. And then the Winchester PowerPoint. So if you count the one fly with just the 4-shot group, you get a .540, so a 1/2-inch group. And if you include the flyer, which I'm not going to, but if you did, it'd be a 2.2, so a 2.25-inch group. So yeah, we might revisit this one to see whether that one's just a fluke or whatnot, but I'm going to say that's just operator error on that one. The Federal Fusion. This one shot a 1.645. Kind of trailing a little left to right, but not bad. And then moving on to my targets out of my rifle. So what we did is we ended up shooting the Winchester, and it wanted to move up over here. So this one is the 130 grain all coppers. Shot a 1.470. And then the Hornady CX. It decided it wanted to be up there. So it shot a 1.25-inch group, but I'm not going to count that one there. I think that one I pulled when I pulled the trigger. So there's that one there. Next one is the Remington Core Lock. And what I found is that this one here, and there should be, yeah, there's 2 shots right up here. So you got 3, 4, 5. It shot a .980, so under a 1-inch group. And then you got the Hornady hand load. So this is the same reload I talked about earlier. This one shot a 1.3. So not the greatest in the world, but of course there's always room for improvement on hand loads. And then moving on to the Winchester XP. Definitely not going to go hunting with this one if it shoots over a 2-inch group. And then the Winchester PowerPoint. So given its best, you'd have a 1.8. Given the worst, would be a 3.2. Definitely not going hunting with this one. And then the worst of the entire 270 lineup is the Federal Fusion. So this one sucked the worst. 2.6 for the smallest, and then if you include the other one, 3.9. Yeah, that sucks. So definitely not going hunting with that in my gun this fall. So long of the short, like I tell everybody, try different stuff, see what works. And if you don't have access to reloading, like what I have here, then you're going to kind of be stuck with the store-bought stuff. And most times people don't have to buy 5, 6, 7 different boxes. Just compare 2. I mean, if you got to go into a copper area where you could only shoot copper, try 2 different ones. Try Winchester and try Hornady. In this one, you can see one group is way smaller than the next one. And most times within 5 shots, you should be able to see if you get a tighter group or you get a bigger group. And in this case, if it was for my wife and we were going to, say, California, where it's only copper only, we'd be buying these all day long versus the Hornadys. Because now we have proof that this gun with this ammo shoots under 1 inch. And why would you shoot something that has a bigger group when the gun clearly likes that? And then if you go into another area, say you got some you got to an area where it doesn't matter whether it's lead or copper, and you're on a budget, just go get the Remington core locks. For my rifle, out of my 270, it shot under a 1-inch group. I'm sure if I took my time and did more practice and everything else like that, I could probably easily get that a little closer. But for testing out ammo and just slinging some lead down there, then can't really beat under 1 inch for a Remington core lock. Definitely still put down a deer, but there are some to where I would definitely not, like the Federal Fusion. You know, some people swear, oh yeah, it's a great ammo, da 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 da. And so far, I haven't seen much accuracy out of my rifle. Now my wife's rifle, that's totally different. We got different results with it and everything else. But so far, you know, this is pretty unacceptable. For my standards, at least. There's some people to where they're like, oh, as long as it hits the paper here, then we're good to go. But for me, no, this ain't acceptable for deer hunting. And I'd be embarrassed to show up at a competition match with that kind of grouping. So, like always, have fun, be safe. If you guys have any comments or anything like that you guys want to throw them in the little suggestion box below. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good day.